Hello everyone, this is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club and welcome to the channel. Tonight we're going to be continuing with our playthrough of A Touch of Evil 10-year anniversary edition. This is the 4th episode. Before we begin the turn, I'll give you a little update as to what's happening. The shadow track is currently at 7. And I noticed something, and this will be a little strategy tip for some of the newer players of the game to not make the same mistakes that I do. You can't wait too long to start the showdown, because even if you're in the middle of a showdown, if that shadow track goes to 0, we immediately lose the game. And there are lots of things that can cause that shadow track to move down very quickly. One of them, of course, is the death of a town elder. If we've got a town elder helping us during the showdown and he gets killed, that's 2 points there. So potentially if we have 2 elders with us and both of them get killed, that's 4 points right there. Now we've also got Sophie the Vixen, the Shadow's puppet. She has a special skill that says that while the evil elder is alive, the shadow track moves 1 step closer to darkness at the start of each showdown fight round. So our time is really very minimal. We were going to have to start this showdown whether we're prepared or not. I wish I would have remembered this. I probably would have started the showdown a little earlier even. But just be aware of this, that when you're playing your game, don't wait too long for the shadow track to get too far down the track. You might not have enough time to complete the showdown, so hopefully we will have enough time. We'll see what happens. Our first player is going to be Heinrich Cartwright, and he's currently at the crossroads. Now Heinrich has a total of 11 investigation, and he definitely needs some weapons for this upcoming showdown. So I think we're going to try to get him to the town hall if we can, and see if he can purchase some weapons there. I'm also probably going to buy another layer card, and if we can get something closer to where our heroes are, we can commence this even faster, because right now the layer we have is at the barracks, which is a great place. We get an extra militia for the combat, but I have to get there, so we'll have to see what happens. So we'll start with a movement roll for Heinrich. And he rolls a 6, so he's got enough movement points to reach the town hall. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll have him move 2 points to the covered bridge. He'll gain an extra point there. 3, 4, and 5 to the town hall. And that's about the best we're going to do. Now Heinrich is going to commence his actions. I think the first thing we're going to do is have him spend 3 investigation, and he's going to purchase another layer card, and we'll see if that one might be a little better than the one we have. And the layer card is at the Abandoned Keep, and that says at the start of the showdown you may make an Honor 5+ test. For every 5+ rolled, you may cancel one of the victim's hits during the first showdown fight round. It's a pretty good one, but unfortunately it's a little expensive. Everybody's going to have to pay 3 investigation in order to get to the showdown area. So I think we'll keep the barracks card for the moment. Now Heinrich is going to encounter the space, and it says draw 2 events, choose 1 to keep, and roll a d6. On a roll of 1 to 2, draw a mystery card. So he's going to draw 2 event cards. Incidentally, his resourcefulness does not work at the town hall. You don't get to draw an extra event card for every event card he draws. So his event cards are Honorable Gesture and Recovery. The Honorable Gesture would give any hero or town elder +2 honor for the rest of the turn, or prevent any number of wounds that another hero is about to take. Gain 2 investigation for each wound prevented this way. That's a pretty good one. Recovery, play at any time except during a fight round to heal D6 wounds from a hero or D3 wounds from a villain, or take an ally out of any discard pile. That's a tough one. I think we'll take the recovery card and we'll keep that. And now we have to make a D6 roll. Hopefully we don't roll a 1 or 2 and have to undergo another mystery card. Here's the roll. We rolled a 5, so he's good. All right, that's going to end, I think, Heinrich's turn. And since before he does that, I think we're going to do a little shopping at the town hall. And I think Heinrich is going to purchase the Militia Soldier. That'll cost him 7. That'll give him +1 to combat and an extra health box. I think we'll do that. That'll leave him with 2 investigation, and that's just enough to pay for the showdown if we end up doing that. We'll move on now to Eliza the Witch Hunter. We'll have Eliza roll for movement. She rolls a 5, so she's got 5 movement points. Let's see what we can do. And I think I'm going to move Eliza back to the inn. I don't think we can reach the, well, we can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we can't reach the showdown site. So I'll move her to the inn and allow her to gain all of that investigation there. And then as a bonus, she can also heal a wound, and that will heal her of the wound that she has. And now we're going to encounter the space, and we'll see what she gets. She draws the card, Hello, Stranger. Investigation Demon. Sebastian Skinner joins you at the bar with a smile. You look like you could use a drink. Make a Spirit and Honor 6+ test and gain 3 investigation for every 6+ rolled. If failed, immediately discard 1 item or ally, or take D6 wounds. Oh no. All right, well, we're going to have to do that. Spirit and Honor. Her Spirit is currently at 4, and her Honor is at 4 as well. So she'll be rolling 8 dice for the test. And here's the roll. And she has 2 6s. That's great. So we're going to earn 6 investigation. That's outstanding. That's going to move Eliza up to 15 investigation, and I think we're going to purchase a layer card for 3. That'll move her down to 12 investigation, and maybe we can get a layer card that'll be closer to our heroes. Here is the layer card, and this one is at the inn. Costs 2 investigation to start the showdown. Sebastian Skinner, resident of room 216, interferes. Make a Spirit and Honor 6+ test at the start of the showdown. If successful, gain 5 fight dice in the first fight round. If failed, the villain gains 5 fight dice against you in the first fight round. Oh boy. Well, technically, we can actually start this if we can get somebody to the inn. She can no longer commence the showdown because we encountered the space. So I think we'll leave it the way we've got it. I'll keep the barracks layer card. And that's going to bring her turn to a close, and we'll move on to Liliana, and she's at the marsh. Liliana will make a roll for move. And she rolls a 6. All right. Well, Liliana needs Spirit. That is what would help her in the showdown. Now, we could send her to the abandoned keep, and then the next turn she would be able to use the secret passage to Smuggler's Cove, and that would get her pretty close to the barracks, but that's still a ways off. She has one wound currently. I guess we'll move her to the abandoned keep, and we'll start our actions. Now, Liliana only has 2 investigation, and she currently has 1 wound, so I cannot use that. I don't have enough to heal her. So she does have that special ability with her upgrade, Haunted, at the start of each fight round, heal a wound. So we could probably do that when the showdown starts. So we'll encounter the abandoned keep. She draws the card, Ghosts in the Fog, Investigation. Rolling in from the nearby marsh, a thick fog surrounds the keep. Cold apparitions begin to take shape, whispering dark promises for only a taste of your vitality. Make a Spirit 4+ test and gain 2 investigation for every 4+ rolled. For every roll of a 1, take a wound. All right, Liliana has a Spirit level right now of 3, 4, 5, 6, so she can roll 6 dice. And here's the roll. She has 1 wound, but she's going to earn 2 investigation for every 4 plus. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That'll give her 10 investigation. That is great. But she is going to take another wound. All right, I think what she's going to do is heal. She can spend 6 investigation, and she'll heal the 2 wounds that she has. They'll leave her with 6 investigation. And I think she's also going to try to purchase a layer card for 3. That'll leave her with 3 investigation. So we'll do that. And the layer card is at the South Dock. Costs 1 to start the showdown. If the villain is the Banshee, you may not pay investigation to avoid additional hits from her wailing death during the first showdown fight round. So that won't affect us. South Dock. Well, it's not close enough to start anything, so I think we'll just leave it with the card that we currently have. And that's going to complete Liliana's turn. We'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook, and she's at the manor. We'll have Lucy make a roll for movement. She rolls a 6, so she's got 6 movement points. All right. I think I'll have Lucy make a move to the windmill. So she'll move 1, 2, picking up an investigation, and 3, 4 to the windmill. She currently does not have a windmill card. All right, and she's going to encounter the space there. She draws the card Wicked Altar, Investigation Occult. The candles are still burning, and the stench of death fills the air. Someone was just here, or maybe they still are. Make a cunning 5+ test and gain 1 investigation for every 5+ rolled. If the dice rolled a 1, you are also attacked. Roll once on the villain's minion chart to work out the result. All right, Lucy has a cunning of only 2, unfortunately. So we will have her make that test. And here's Lucy's cunning roll. She rolled a 3 and a 5, so she has 1 success. That'll earn her a investigation, and she does not get attacked. That's great. And I think Lucy is going to try to purchase another layer card. She'll pay the 3 investigation, and we'll see what she comes up with. And believe it or not, she draws Windmill right where she's at. That would cost us 2 investigation. At the end of each showdown fight round, you must make a cunning 3+ test. If failed, the villain escapes, ending the showdown. Well, we don't want that one. If in the cooperative game, choose 1 hero present to make the test. Well, we don't want that one, so we're going to pass on that. So that's going to bring Lucy's turn to a close, and we're going to begin now the mystery phase. First step of the mystery phase will be to resolve all of those odd things that happened before the start of the phase, and that is the werewolf elder, Mayor Carver. He is going to attempt to attack the lead investigator. And Heinrich is going to have to attempt to make a spirit or cunning test. He'll make a spirit test that'll give him 4 dice. And if we can roll a 5 or better, we can avoid being attacked. Here's the roll. We failed. So the werewolf elder is going to make a 5 fight dice attack against Heinrich Cartwright. Oh boy. Okay, here is the roll. And he does a total of 4 hits to Heinrich Cartwright. All right, so Heinrich has 4 wounds out of his 5 health boxes, and he's going to play the card Recovery. Event. Play at any time except during a fight round. Heal D6 wounds from a hero. So that's what we'll do, and hopefully we can get a decent roll here. That was a pretty unfortunate turn of events there. Okay, here's the roll. He rolled a 4, so that's enough to heal him back to full capacity, which is great. And now we'll move on to the Advanced Cooperative Mystery Phase chart roll. Here is the roll. Roll is a 10, and that's Ambush in the Night. Every hero must roll a d6 and add their cunning. Whoever has the lowest result is immediately attacked by one of the villain's minions. Roll off if tied. Roll once on the minion chart and re-roll events. Or if the minion has no fight dice, and place the minion in the hero space. During the first fight round, the hero may not use items, allies, or abilities, and the minion has double their normal attack value. Well, that is unfortunate. We'll make those rolls off camera and I'll tell you the results. Well, it ends up that Liliana is the target of the attack, and it's going to be a feral kin. Now, for the first round, the feral kin will be a double their normal fight dice, so they'll be rolling 6 dice. And Liliana is going to be using her spirit value, and she can't use any items or allies during the first round, so she'll be rolling 3 dice. And here's the roll for the first round. And Liliana has done a total of 1 hit. That's enough to kill the feral kin. The feral kin has done 3 hits to her. All right, and 3 hits is, she's still conscious. She'll take 3 wounds, and she's killed the feral kin at least. That's good. So that'll earn her 3 investigation, and now we have to resolve a mystery card. And Heinrich draws the card Murder. Murder, death. The villain has struck again. Place 3 investigation on the board at a random location. Move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. Let's see where this is going to occur. Murder occurs at the lighthouse. All right. So we'll place 3 investigation at the lighthouse, and unfortunately the shadow track is going to move another step. And before we do that, we have to see if the werewolf's Children of the Night ability kicks in. We're going to roll a d6 on a 4 to 6, so feral kin will also appear there. And I rolled a 6, so a feral kin will also appear at the lighthouse. Now, we have a drowned dead there, so when that appears, that will kick the drowned dead out, and that's going to move 1 space closer towards the town square. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to move into the icy waters. All right. And now the possessed Heinrich Cartwright is going to move, and we'll see where he moves to. Hopefully not in a space with another hero. He's moving to the Forgotten Island, so we'll transfer him to the Forgotten Island. There's no one there. All right. And now the first player marker will move to Eliza, and we'll pick up another turn. Eliza is at the inn, and she'll make a roll for move. She rolls a 5, so she's got 5 movement points. All right. Well, I think I'm going to try to get her to the coast and see if we can get to the docks. So we'll have her move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that'll be to a road space. There won't be anything there. Now, Eliza has a total of 12 investigation, so I think we're going to see if she can pick up another layer card. That'll move her down to 9 investigation, and she draws the layer card, Forgotten Island. Well, we don't want that one. That's tough to get to. At the start of each Showdown fight round, you must make a Spirit 5+ test. If passed, the villain takes a wound. If failed, you take a wound. I think we'll keep what we've got. Oh boy, it's hard to get a good location that we can all use here. Well, I think that's going to take care of Eliza's turn, and we'll move on to Liliana. She's at the abandoned keep. Liliana will make a roll for move. She rolls a 3, so I think what we're going to do is have her pay 1 investigation. She's going to use the secret passage to take her to Smuggler's Cove. In hindsight, I've decided to change the course. I'm going to have her use the 3 movement points, 1, 2, 3, to the doctor's office. And she's going to encounter the space that will allow her to draw an event. She needs to heal. She's got a total of 3 wounds. She draws the event card, I think not. Cancel an event card as it is played, or an event result on the villain's minion chart, or prevent 1 source from moving the shadow track, or cancel a layer card as it is played. We'll keep that. That's good. All right, she is going to encounter the space now. She's going to heal. And she can heal a wound for a cost of 1 investigation. So she's going to pay 3 investigation to heal the 3 wounds. That'll leave her with 3 investigation remaining. And that's going to end her turn. I think that's a better play for Liliana. Okay, we'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. She's at the windmill. Lucy will make a roll for move. She rolls a 2. Okay. Well, she can go to the fields, but then we're going to have to risk another mystery card draw. I think I'll just keep her on the road, and we'll move her 2 spaces down the road towards the blacksmith's office, and that is going to complete her turn. She only has 3 investigations, so I will not be purchasing a layer card. And incidentally, the shadow track moved down from 7 to 6. I forgot to film that, so we are at 6 right now. That's going to end Lucy's turn, and we'll move on to Heinrich Cartwright. He's at the Forgotten Island. Heinrich has 2 investigation, and he is at the Forgotten Island. Here's his roll for move. He rolls a 2, and that's sufficient to get off the island, and I'll move him to the south dock. And once he's there, he has to encounter the space. So we're going to roll a d6 and see if he can draw an event card. Hope it's not a mystery card. And it is. So he'll have to resolve a mystery card. Oh boy. He draws the card Tide of Darkness. A wave of the villain's minions attacks. Roll once on the villain's minion chart, re-rolling any event roll, and place that minion as well as 2 investigation at 3 random locations. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll make the roll on the minion chart. The only minions that we have will be results of 2 or 3 and 4. So here is the result. It's a 3, so that's going to be feral kin, and we'll have to place 3 feral kin as well as 2 investigation at random locations. All right. So here is the first random location for the feral kin, and that's at the blacksmith. Okay, there's no one there. We'll also place 2 investigation there. Next one is at the abandoned keep. There is no one there. So we'll place 1 at the abandoned keep with 2 investigation. And finally, the last one is going to be at the windmill, and luckily there's no one there. So the feral kin will move to the windmill, and 2 investigation will be placed. All right. And that completes Heinrich Cartwright's turn, and we'll move on now to the mystery phase, and Eliza is going to have to undergo a possible elder werewolf attack. So Eliza is on the road space moving to the coast, and Mayor Carver has transformed into a werewolf. She's going to have to make a spirit or cunning test and see if she can stop this. Her spirit is at a total of 4, so she'll be rolling 4 dice for the test, and we need to get a 5 or greater to prevent her from taking 5 fight dice wounds. She's got the 5, so that's good. That prevents the attack. And now we'll move on to the co-op mystery phase roll. And here's the roll. She rolls a 7, and that's Surge of Evil. Roll on the minion chart and work out the result. Okay, we'll see what happens. Now this could include events as well, so here's the roll. It's a 1, and that is Terrorize. Discard the top card of each location deck as well as the top card of the event deck. The shadow track moves 1 step closer to darkness, and each hero gains 2 investigation. All right, I'll take care of that off camera. All right, we've taken care of that, and all of the heroes gain 2 investigation. Now we're going to have to resolve a mystery card. And incidentally, the mystery track moved down, or the shadow track moved down to 5 now. We're quickly running out of time. The card is Ominous Overture. At the start of each mystery phase, including this one, each hero gains 1 investigation. Anytime a hero rolls a 1 for movement, they must draw a mystery card instead of an event. The flavor text is no, stay back, get away. Remains in play. Oh my goodness, it's getting harder. That card's a remains in play, so we'll leave that out on the table. And the next step is for Heinrich Cartwright to make his possessed movement. We'll draw a layer card and see where he's moving to. And he's going to go to the covered bridge. There's no one there, so we'll move him to the covered bridge. And that will complete the mystery phase. We'll move the first player marker to Liliana, and we'll begin another round. And Liliana will make a roll for move. She rolls a 5, and I think what she'll do is make her way to the abandoned keep. She has a militia there that'll help her, and she can combat that feral kin. So we'll have her move to the abandoned keep, and we're going to commence a fight with the feral kin. Liliana is going to use her spirited ability. Always use spirit in a fight. That will give her a total of 6 dice to roll. And the feral kin will be rolling 3. And it has only 1 health box. So we'll see what happens. Here is the first round. And the feral kin did 1 wound to her, and she easily killed the feral kin. So that's good. We've gotten rid of that one. And that is going to earn her 3 investigation, and she takes a wound. And incidentally, she should have actually rolled an extra fight dice because the militia was there. So, all right, now she's going to take the investigation that is there. That'll be 2 more investigation for her. And I think before she encounters the space, we're going to have her spend 3 investigation to heal the wound that she just took. And now she's going to encounter the abandoned keep, and the card is the Pharaoh Chest. Investigation. Moving an old crate, you discover an ornate chest covered in dust and sand. From inside, you hear the muffled roar of the ocean and the smell of sea air. You can't resist but to open it. Make a Spirit 5+ test and gain 2 investigation for every 5+ rolled. If successful, immediately move to and encounter any other space on the board. If failed, you are attacked by drowned dead, searching for their stolen chest. All right, she is going to make a Spirit 5+ test. Her spirit is at 6. So we'll have her roll 6 dice, and hopefully she can pass this. Okay, here is the roll. And she did it, barely. She's got the 5, so that's going to earn her 2 investigation, and she can move to any other space on the board and encounter it. That is great. And I think Liliana is going to move to the town square. And that will institute an immediate combat against the feral kin. And if we can clear that out, we're within 1 space away from taking our, using our layer card at the barracks to start the showdown. So here is the attack. Liliana did 1 hit, which is enough to kill the feral kin, but the feral kin did 2 to her. So she's going to take 2 wounds. She'll earn 3 investigation for killing the feral kin. And now she can encounter the space. She'll gain the 2 investigation that were at the location. And now we have to draw a village encounter card. And her Tidewater Village encounter is Break in the Clouds. Village encounter recovery. Beams of sunlight break through the heavy clouds. A good omen, to be sure. You may heal 1 wound and draw an event card. That's great. The flavor text is it has been a long since we have seen any light on the horizon. Okay, so that'll heal 1 wound of her 2 wounds. That's great. And she'll draw an event card. She draws the card Endurance. Play immediately. Play this card on any hero to give them 1 extra health box. Remains in play. All right, let's see who we can give that to. Lucy has a total of 4. Liliana has 4. Eliza has 5. And Heinrich Cartwright has 5. So I guess it would make the most sense. We'll give it to Liliana herself. That is great. Now she can use the store to buy some items. She has a total of 10 investigation. Is that right? 5. She has 11. 11 investigation. All right. Liliana is going to purchase the harbor log for 4. It's going to give her +1 to spirit, which is going to help her quite a bit. So we'll have her pay the 4 investigation to gain the harbor log. It says whenever you look at the secrets of a town elder, you may discard harbor log to discard one of those secrets and draw a new one without looking. All right, that leaves her with 7. And we'll see if there's anything else here that she could purchase. Well, a sailor's jacket would give her an additional health box, but she won't have enough to start the showdown. So we will pass on that. We'll go with the harbor log. I think that will be good. And that's going to bring Liliana's turn to a close, and we'll move on now to Lucy Hanbrook. Lucy will make her roll for move, and she rolls a 1. That means the ominous overture card is going to kick in, and instead of drawing a event card, she has to resolve a mystery card. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll draw the mystery card and see what it is. And it's the hour is late. At the start of each mystery phase, including this one, each hero gains 2 investigation, and the shadow track moves 1 step closer to darkness remains in play. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that will kick in on the start of the mystery phase. We'll keep that out. She has 1 movement point. She'll move into the blacksmith, and we'll start a combat against the feral kin. Lucy uses standard combat. Her combat is 2, 3, 4, 5. She has a total of 5 fight dice. The feral kin will be rolling its 3, and we'll see what happens. Here's the roll. Lucy has taken out the feral kin, but it has done 2 wounds to her, and we'll mark her accordingly. So the feral kin is defeated, which is good, and she'll claim the investigation that is at the blacksmith, and now she'll draw an event card. She gets Spirited Attack. Play on any hero, including yourself, to allow them to add their spirit to their combat for 1 fight round. That is a good card. All right, and the last option here is she is going to use the store, and we'll see if she can purchase something. All right, Lucy is going to purchase the old map for 2 points. That gives her a +1 to honor, but instead of moving normally, she can discard the old map to move to any space on the board. So that's what she will do. She'll pay the 2 investigation and purchase the old map. Now she's going to use the ability to heal. She's going to spend 3 investigation and heal 1 point. That will move her down to 1 wound. And now she's going to employ her Book of Medicine. And that allows her to do a cunning test, and she can heal 1 wound from herself on a result of 5 or 6. Her cunning is currently a 2. Here's the roll. She failed, so no more help there, but she's youthful, so at the start of a showdown fight round or the start of her turn, she can heal an additional wound, so that will be all right. We'll move on now from Lucy Hanbrook to Heinrich Cartwright. All right, Heinrich will make a roll for movement. Here's the roll. He rolls a 3, and we're going to move him to the doctor's office. 1, 2, and 3. And he arrives at the doctor's office. Now, a cure costs him 6 investigation. He doesn't have enough to pay for that. So maybe I won't do that. Oh, boy. He couldn't pick up that investigation that was there. That's got to be done as a part of your turn, and he moved there as a result of his possessed, so he doesn't have enough to do it. 3 movement points. I'm going to think about that. Well, I guess I'll have him move to the blacksmith's office. 1, 2, and 3. And that will allow him to encounter the space, and he'll draw an event card. He can draw 2 and keep 1 of them. The 2 events are Tactical Strike and a Skilled Hand. Tactical Strike allows you play on any hero, including yourself, to add your cunning to your combat during the first fight round. That's a good one. Skilled Hand, play on any hero, including yourself, once per game round, or once per showdown fight round. That hero may re-roll any 1 die they have just rolled. I think we'll take the Tactical Strike. We'll keep that. Add that to the tableau. And the other card is discarded. Now, I don't know if he has a total of 4 investigation only, so we can't purchase a layer card. There's really not much for him to purchase other than maybe another old map, and that would facilitate the movement a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. It would cost us 2 investigation for the old map. I think he'll do it. He'll pay 2 investigation and purchase that old map. That seems to be a good plan. And that's going to bring Heinrich Cartwright's turn to a close. We'll move on to Eliza the Witch Hunter. She has 11 investigation. Eliza is on the road space just to the west of the coast board. We'll have her make a roll for movement. She has a horse that'll give her +1 to move. Here is the roll. She rolls a 6. That's modified to a 7. That's enough to reach the barracks, and she will be able to institute the showdown, and I think she'll do that. She'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 into the barracks, and instead of encountering the space, she's going to pay 2 investigation, and she's going to start the showdown at the barracks. Now, every player can also participate by paying that amount of investigation no matter where they are on the board, and they can join her, and all of the other heroes will do that. So all of the other investigators pay the 2 investigation cost on the barracks card, and we're going to institute the showdown. It says place a militia marker in this space. It automatically joins you for the showdown. This may be in addition to a militia marker already here, ignoring the normal limit. So we will do that. So we'll gain a militia marker as well as the harbor master with his on the hunt. All right, so we're going to go through the steps of the showdown now. All right, the first step in a cooperative showdown is we've already gone through the preliminaries of paying the cost of using the layer card, and everyone is joining. Now we have to decide about choosing our hunting party, and here is the rub. All of the heroes have unresolved secrets, so we don't know if any of these heroes or elders that we're going to choose would help us or move to the werewolf's side. This is a tough decision. I think we have to pick some, but it's a risk. Well, to begin, I am going to try to use Magistrate Croft. He has that inner strength card, but he has 2 secrets cards, so we'll have to see what happens. He does have a resolve token, though. So we'll attempt to bring Magistrate Croft in as one of our helpers for the showdown. He has the inner strength card and 2 unresolved secrets. We have to resolve those and see what happens. Okay, here is the first one, and it's a servant to darkness. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Well, he is going to go over to the dark side. Unfortunately, I don't think we can use the resolve tokens to stop that. I'm going to check. Unfortunately, no, we can't. So he is going to become a servant to darkness, and he's going to become the executioner. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Well, make a note to yourself to always fully investigate the elders before you take a chance and bring them into the showdown. And to make matters worse, the other one is a darkest secret, turning him also into the executioner, but giving the villain 2 health boxes, and he cannot be targeted as a part of the fight. Now we have to decide if we want to bring in another elder and take a chance. Well, at this point, I don't think it's going to matter much, so I'm going to try to bring in Lord Handbrook. He has 2 unrevealed secrets. All right, here's Lord Handbrook, and we'll see what his secrets are. On the hunt, reveal immediately. Place the marker for this town elder on the board in any namespace of your choice. While in the same space as the town elder, a hero may add the elder's spirit, cunning, and or honor to his own. Anytime the shadow track crosses into a new stage, move the elder to a random location. All right, this next one is knows too much. Always one step ahead when it comes to solving mysteries or finding clues. The town elder lacks only the common sense to stay out of trouble. Frankly, it's amazing they have lasted this long in life. When revealed, the town elder is immediately killed in a most horrible and gruesome way. This may not be prevented. Oh my goodness. The hero that revealed the secret gains D6 investigation and may draw 2 event cards. If revealed in a cooperative team play as a part of a hunting party, instead, each hero in the space gains D3 investigation and may draw an event. Well, that's what's going to happen. But it's going to kill Lord Hanbrook, moving the shadow track down an additional 2 spaces, down to 3. It's going to earn the werewolf an extra +1 combat. This is just disaster. I shouldn't have done it. So since this was a part of the cooperative showdown, everybody's going to gain an event card and D3 investigation. I'll make those rolls off camera and I'll let you know the results. Well, all the investigators ended up gaining 2 investigation, with the exception of Eliza. She got 3. Now we're going to take a look at the 4 event cards that we just picked up, and we'll see what those are. Okay, this one is Shocking Discovery. Choose an elder with 1 or more unrevealed secrets and reveal those secrets. It doesn't help much. Okay, the next one is Battle Fury. Play to allow any hero to re-roll any number of their fight dice. That's a good one. Next one is You Go First. Play this card when any hero, including yourself, takes 1 or more wounds in a fight. Prevent all the wounds and instead choose an ally of that hero to discard. That's a good one. And finally, Leading Questions. Play as an action to gain D3 investigation. All right, we'll add those to our tableau of event cards, and then we'll set up the showdown. All right, I've set up the showdown using this old chalkboard of mine. It kind of keeps things together for me, and this should help facilitate us running the showdown. The first things I should point out is the werewolf has total health of 20 plus 2 plus 2, so he's got 24. I've put 24 wound markers out there, and I'm going to remove those rather than add to them so we can see the strength of what's left on the werewolf. The executioner will give +2 health boxes, but we can't target him during the fight. He has to be one of the last casualties. Same goes for the darkest secret for the good doctor. Cannot be targeted during a fight. Now during Sophie, the vixen, has this Shadow's Puppet ability. It says, while this evil elder is alive, move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. So we have to, at the start of each showdown fight round, each round. So for right now, I'm going to play the card, event card, called I Think Not. Prevent 1 source from moving the shadow track. So we will keep the shadow track at 3 by playing that card. Now, at the beginning of each of their fight rounds, they have special abilities, Liliana and Lucy. Lucy is youthful. Heal 1 wound at the start of each of her turns or showdown fight rounds. So we're going to heal 1 of her wounds. She is now fully healed. And we also have Liliana with her haunted ability. At the start of each fight round, heal 1 wound. So she will also heal a wound, bringing her up to full capacity. And another step is we have the Harbor Master. Now, he's not helping us with the showdown, but he was in the space at the barracks, and we placed him there for this very reason. And what this does is he's on the hunt, and it says when in the same space as this town elder, the hero may add the elder's spirit, cunning, and or honor to his own for any effect or test. So hopefully that will aid us in this combat in some way. We don't get to use his special ability, though, because he's really not, I don't think we do. This is kind of uncharted waters because the Harbor Master is really not part of the hunting party. It's separate. But I think that this is legal to do it this way. The other one is the militia. Now, I've assigned that to Heinrich Cartwright, and Heinrich Cartwright also has one of those resource tokens, and he earned number 3, Animal Traps. A werewolf is a beast, and as such is driven only by instinct and not intelligence. When an investigator with animal traps is in a space with the werewolf, whether it is in combat with the creature or not, The werewolf loses its bestial speed ability during the first round of any combat or showdown fight round. In addition, during the first round, the investigator will resolve their combat before the werewolf gets to attack, as it is snared in the trap. Animal traps must be used during the first round of a fight or showdown. So this will allow our first player, which is going to be Eliza. She's the one that initiated the showdown. She'll be going first. So she will be able to attack first while the werewolf is in the trap and count any hits that she can get before the werewolf can respond. And then we will lose the animal traps after that. Now at the start of a showdown fight round, the heroes can exchange items or allies as they wish prior to the start of that first round of combat. So I'm going to make some adjustments to the characters and try to improve the amount of combat ability that we'll have. First thing I'm going to do is transfer the Founder's Journal from Heinrich Cartwright. We're going to give that to Liliana, I think, and that's going to give her +1 to spirit, which is good. So we'll transfer that to her if she can hold it. She can. She has just enough space left to be able to take that card. The other ones are corner cards. She has a horse, a harbor log, and now the Founder's Journal. All right. Eliza is going to give the Sacred Chalice to Liliana as well, and that will give her another +1 to spirit. We'll have to probably, I think what we'll do is discard the horse in order to make space for that. And that's, we'll discard her horse. All right. And I think that's all the maneuvers I'm going to do for transferring equipment and allies for this round. So we're going to begin with Eliza the Witch Hunter. She's the first in line of the combats. She has a total combat ability of 4. So she can roll 4 dice, and we can assign some of those dice to the evil elders that are supporting the villain. And I think that's what we're going to do. In fact, I'm going to apply all of those to trying to take out Sophie, the Vixen, Lady of Dark. Sophie is very important. If we can get rid of her, she's going to lose that ability to move the shadow track down. So I think we almost have to target her completely. I'm going to apply all 4 dice to targeting Sophie. I think that's the way to go. And if we can take her out, will at least save us that ability of them moving the shadow track down. So I'm going to make the roll. We'll target all 4 dice against Sophie. Here is the roll. And she's got 2 hits, and that's enough. 1 hit is enough to take out an evil elder. So Sophie is dead. That is great. We'll get rid of Sophie. And the shadow puppet is no more. We'll have to worry about that. Now we can do these attacks first because we have that animal traps, and the werewolf could not respond with anything yet. Now we have some other cards. I'm going to save those, I think, for later in the turn. So now the werewolf is going to respond with its attack. It has a combat value of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's going to be rolling 11 fight dice. Not good. So we'll make the 11 fight dice roll for the werewolf attacking Eliza. Okay, here is the roll. And that creature has the savage ability. It's going to hit on a 4, 5, or 6. So it has done a total of 5 hits. Is that correct? Yeah, 5 hits to Eliza, and that is going to KO her. She only has 5 health boxes. Oh my goodness. So Eliza is KO'd. Now we're going to move on to Liliana. And unfortunately, we lose the ability of the traps after the first round. So that means that the werewolf's bestial speed will kick in, and it's going to apply its attacks before we can even get to fire. Liliana has a total of 5 health boxes. So it'll be attacking with a total of 11 fight dice first, and then we can respond if we survive. I highly doubt we're going to win this showdown, but we'll have to try. Okay, here is the 11 fight dice for the werewolf. Whoops. And it's done a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on Liliana, so she's still alive. We'll mark her with 4 hits. And before we do that, I'm going to check my event cards and see if there's anything I can play that will help us. Well, we have one card, and that's called You Go First. Play this card when any hero takes 1 or more wounds in a fight. Prevent all those wounds and instead choose an ally to discard. The flavor text is, I'll be right behind you. Okay, so in that case, I think what we'll do is I'm going to sacrifice Brother Darius. Brother Darius will step in front of the werewolf's attack, and he gets shredded by the werewolf, but no wounds will come to Liliana. And now she can respond with her fight. Now Liliana is using Spirit. She has a Spirit level of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she'll have 8 combat dice to fire, and we can allot some of those to trying to get rid of some of these evil elders that are supporting the villain. And we're going to assign a few dice to each of those. I'm going to get out 8 combat dice, and we'll have to roll these separately so that we can target each one. I'm going to apply 2 dice to the Lady of Darkness, 2 dice to the Grand Inquisitor. The other ones we can't target, unfortunately, so the other 4 dice will be applied to the werewolf himself. We'll start out with the strike against the Lady of Darkness. 2 dice. Okay, here is the roll for Liliana. She has 1 hit, and that is going to kill the Lady of Darkness. That is great. So we'll get rid of the Lady of Darkness. That is fantastic. All right, now our next set is going to be applied against the Grand Inquisitor. So we'll roll 2 dice and try to take out the Grand Inquisitor. And we failed, so let's see if we have any cards we can play here. And we can use Spirited Attack. That would allow us to use the Spirit to their combat. She's already used Spirit. Okay. Tactical Strike would allow any hero to add their Cunning to their combat for 1 fight round. She'll play that, and that will allow her to make additional rolls against the Inquisitor. Her Cunning is 2, 3, so she can roll 3 additional dice, and we'll see what happens. This will be against the Grand Inquisitor. And we're successful. We've taken out the Grand Inquisitor, which is fantastic. All right. We're making some progress, but we haven't gotten any on the werewolf himself. All right, so the Tactical Strike card has been played. And now we're going to make our 4 fight dice attack against the werewolf himself. Okay, here is the roll. And she gets a total of 3 hits, which is great. 3 hits. So we will reduce the werewolf down 3 wounds from his starting 24 that he had, not including the bonuses from the Executioner. All right. And incidentally, these wound tokens that he has have already been applied to that total, so we'll get rid of those. And that is going to complete Liliana's turn. I have other event cards I can use, but I think we'll save those for later, I think. We could use Battle Fury. That allows us to reroll any number of fight dice, but we only have 1 miss, so I won't do that. We'll keep those for later. We'll move on now to Lucy Hanbrook. All right, Lucy is going to have to undergo the bestial speed attack of the werewolf. Now, the werewolf's combat is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've managed to cut that down a little bit, down to 10 fight dice. So it'll be rolling 10 fight dice, and it's hitting, unfortunately, on a 4, 5, or 6. Okay, here is the roll. And it has done a total of 3 hits to Lucy. And Lucy is just barely alive or conscious. She is now at 3 out of her 4 health boxes have been filled up. So we'll place those on her card, and she has 1 health box remaining, but now she's going to attack. Her combat value is 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 combat value for Lucy. And she does have that lucky ability. We can make them re-roll 1 die, the opponent to re-roll 1 die. And I think we'll do that before she takes all those hits. We'll have her re-roll that 6 and see if we can change that result. That might be a good way to use her ability. Here's the re-roll. It's a miss, so she's only going to take 2 hits. That's great. That is really good. All right, now Lucy will make her fight dice attack. And we've determined that Lucy has 2 combat, +1 for her upgrade, +1 for the crossbow, and +1 for the cutlass. And she has some other abilities here. You can, if you roll at least 1 6 on any of your fight dice, you do 1 extra hit for the crossbow. And with her cutlass, you can re-roll 1 of the dice on a spirit, cunning, or honor test, so that won't help her. But we will get any 6s will count as, if we get at least 1 6, we'll do an extra point of damage. So she'll be rolling 5 fight dice. Okay, here is her attack. And we can't target any of the evil elders, so all of this is going to go on the werewolf. Those have to be the last ones that we target before the werewolf is taken out. Here's the roll. And she has done a total of 4 hits. 4 hits. One of them is a 6, giving an additional hit. 5 hits of damage on the werewolf. We'll remove a 5, and the werewolf is now down to 16. And that's going to complete Lucy's round. Now we'll move on to Heinrich Cartwright. And we'll calculate what the bestial speed attack of the werewolf will be. And that's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dice. All right, 2, 3, 5. And 5 is 10. And this creature is going to hit on a 4, 5, or 6. Okay, here is the roll. And it's done. Oh boy, 6 hits. And Heinrich is going to be down for the count. I don't think he has that many. No, he does not. He has a total of 5 health boxes. So Heinrich is taken out before he can even strike. All right, that is going to end the fight round. Our new first player is going to be Liliana. The militia will be assigned to her, I guess. These guys are down for the count. And we'll move on to a new round, and we'll see if we can readjust our equipment. Well, not really. What we can do is at the start of the round, Lucy's going to use her youth ability, and that will heal 1 wound from her. And that leaves her with 1 wound remaining. So at least that's something. But the bestial speed of that creature is very tough to get around. So we'll start another fight round, this time with Liliana as the first player. And she's going to have to undergo 10 attack. Okay, here is the roll. And that's done its duty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And that is going to KO Eliza, unfortunately, before she can even fire. Oh boy. All right, and now it's Lucy's turn. I think this is going to be it for us, folks. Lucy is going to have to undergo another 10 strike against her with the bestial speed of the werewolf. And we'll see if she can somehow survive this and fight. Okay, here is the roll. And the creature only did 2 hits to her, believe it or not. 2 hits. So that will still leave her conscious. She'll have 1 health box remaining. All right, Lucy is going to use the Spirited Attack event card that will allow her to add her spirit to her combat. That'll give her an extra 4 dice. And I'm going to play that right now because I can use this Battle Fury card if we need to and re-roll any number of fight dice just rolled. So this would give us the best chance. Obviously, we're not going to win this, and the smart play would be for Lucy to escape. But considering that the Shadow Track is at 3 and there is already cards on the table that will move the Shadow Track at the start of the mystery phase, I'm just going to have her fight it out. But in your game, the smart play would probably be to have Lucy escape. But we're going to have her attack. Here is her attack roll. And she rolls a total of 2 hits. So we'll keep those. And she's going to re-roll by using Battle Fury. She'll re-roll all of the misses. And we'll see if we can get some extra hits here. The bad part about all of this is not being able to target those evil elders. When they've got that ability, that makes it really hard. They have to be the last ones before we would take out the werewolf, and those would have to be the last hits assigned. So here's our Battle Fury reroll. She does an additional 2 hits, so that's a total of 4. And we'll trade that 5 out for a 1. And that'll move the werewolf down to a total of 12. All right, that is going to be the end of the round. I really have no other event cards that I can use that are going to help with anything. So these cards are played, and only Lucy Hanbrook remains. So we're going to start another round. The militia will be assigned to her. She can use her youth to heal 1 wound. Now she also has robes, so she can discard during a fight to cancel all hits done to her in a fight round and immediately escape. But like I said, the thing of escaping isn't going to really help us. So, all right, we'll start a new round, and Lucy's going to make her attack, but the bestial speed of the creature will kick in first, and I highly doubt we're going to survive this. 10 fight dice from the werewolf. Here's the roll. And that's it. It's done it. It's got a total of 6 hits on old Lucy. So she could play, like I said, her robes. Discard during a fight to cancel all hits and escape. We could do that, but we're going to lose the game by Shadow Track anyway. So I think we're just going to end it here, and I'll give you some thoughts on what I think about the werewolf and the playthrough. Well, the advice I can offer to players is to not make the same mistakes that I did. Definitely start the showdown much earlier than you think you would need to. That Shadow Track can move down during the showdown, and if it reaches 0, even during a showdown, you instantly lose. So you have to start it early enough. The next piece of advice I can say that I did well is to target those evil elders that we did target, to take out those advantages that are going to the villain during the showdown. Some of these you can't target because they have that special ability, may not be targeted in a fight. So you just have to live with those. But this werewolf is extremely hard. That bestial speed, where it can attack first, it just takes out the characters before they even have a chance to respond, and that makes it really, really difficult in the showdown. I'm from the opinion now that I think the only way to really win against the werewolf is to bring him to a showdown extremely early, before he has a chance to collect any evil elders or anything else. I mean, I'm talking within the first or second stage. That's probably the way to take this villain out, to make it go towards the end of the track like I did. There's just we don't have enough power to be able to defeat him. So I think that might be the tactic in your game if you're fighting against a werewolf, is bring them to a showdown very, very quickly. He has that trail of death. Because it's a beast, it just kills, it doesn't attempt to hide its tracks. So that allows us to buy layer cards at a cost of 3 regardless of the position of the shadow track. And I think that is the secret to winning against the werewolf. Well, that's going to bring this series to a close, and I hope you enjoyed this. I didn't play very well, unfortunately, and as you saw, I made some tactical mistakes that I probably shouldn't have. But I get so wrapped into the theme of this game that I kind of lose track of the shadow track, and I'm so involved in the theme of this that it's just, it makes it more difficult for me. But a more strategic player would probably try to utilize those things that I talked about. So thanks for joining me at the Solo Gamers Club, and again, I hope you enjoyed this series. And I hope to see you again with the next video that should be coming up soon. So thanks again, and as always, everyone, have a nice evening. Good night.